Cheaters are basically showing up in every single game possible, and we are seeing a big problem for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Now, they did release about the cheaters, 3 cheaters on average per match, for example, or, well, a cheater gets banned after 3 matches, and that's amazing. But when you literally open TikTok or any social media platform, you see about 10,000 cheaters out there. And how are they not getting banned? And this gets me very worried. Instead, they're even promoting their own cheats or affiliates or whatever it is. And it gets me really worried why Treyarch is not taking Activision in this way, which the community would very much appreciate. For example, Fortnite, what they did is they just sued all the hackers. So most of the hackers in Fortnite are actually gone because a lot of these cheating providers are getting legal threats or lawsuits because they actually proved that it's losing Fortnite a player base and the game itself. And a lot of these cheaters went bankrupt. This is where the real issue comes in, is these cheaters are not punished at all, especially in games like Warzone, where we caught a lot of these pro players actually cheating, and it made a big competitive difference. This is a clear issue overall, as cheating has become such a widespread problem in Call of Duty that it's become well known that whenever a new Call of Duty releases, Treyarch responded by improving their anti-cheat for Black Ops 7, but it ended up not helping as much. Obviously it helped, but it doesn't prevent those cheaters who never get detected, such the ones I am talking about with TikTok, YouTube. They're all over the media, and it's frustrating me. Cheats should not exist in games at all, and that's why Fortnite and games, similar to that are taking a big action. They take this industry seriously. This is a multi-billion-dollar business. This is not a small studio like Black Ops was. This is now 15 years later, and we're talking about lots of money involved, especially in these tournaments where you can win tons of money just by cheating, for example, and not get caught because these cheats are getting more advanced. So I find it a big problem that there's a lot of other like Cronus users which are using their Game Shock controllers, or they're using some sort of modifications to actually have better aim, which is absolutely crazy to me that this even exists, that you can buy that. And honestly, it just gets too crazy right now. But yeah, a lot of these cheaters that are banned in Black Ops 7 are going to be banned forever. This is a big misconception that a lot of these cheaters can reinstall the game. The thing is, with the new safe boot system, you would literally need a new PC and new IP to play again, which means you need like a new motherboard, and to change that or reset it, which is going to be super hard. So most people won't do that. I feel like 90% of cheaters, they just want to log in the game and do stupid stuff and log off and have fun on a Friday. But the real problem here is Call of Duty might be too late for it. Call of Duty has plenty of cheaters already, which are getting banned, which is awesome. But there's so many other problems. All this time they got into fixing the cheats actually took away their time to fix the game. For example, zombies. We didn't see much for zombies yet, and we didn't see that much for multiplayer. And I hope I'm wrong here, but it doesn't seem like Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is the most pre-ordered game this year for sure. There's it's on number 42 spot right now, which concerns me a lot. And we have some worries definitely there.
And those people are technically cheating to scam an advantage, even though those same scumbags will say that they're just abusing an already in the game mechanic in order to be able to gain an advantage. Or they'll say they're just trying to have fun and that they deserve to relax at the end of the day. But fuck the people in the lobbies they're destroying. No. Those other 11 people, those guys don't deserve to have a relaxing day. No. They get to go up against a sweaty tryhard. Secondly, a median time of detection of 3 matches seems a little high. Far be it from to cast aspirations on a piece of an anti-cheat software that is clearly catching an awful lot of scoundrels, but if it's taking 3 games, and obviously the median value in some cases, that means many more, then maybe there's yet room for improvement. If Activision's saying that they're catching him in 3, it's more likely they're probably catching him in 3 detected matches, and they've probably been cheating for a very long time. You could just go watch a Warzone game, and you'll see 7 or 8 cheaters. You could go type in Warzone world record, and unless it's been confirmed by an actual esports team, they're probably cheating. You can go on TikTok live and scroll for 5 minutes and find 100 dudes selling you cheats for...
So I think the biggest problem here is that just all the cheaters in Call of Duty Black Ops 7 that exist and were caught after 3 matches is those that were detected, and this is immediately the response the community got once the actions released. Yes, there is definitely probably less cheaters because of all the features we had to add, like Safe Boot, which is probably going to affect sales as well. I do think it affected sales of Battlefield. I feel like a lot of people refunded the game for that reason. Obviously, it didn't hurt them as much as they still have 700,000 players. But here's the real thing. This is for detected cheaters. What about the undetected ones? There's cheaters in Warzone that still have been cheating day one and never got caught. There's obviously ban waves, and that is a very, very small minority. But you just need one cheater to ruin like potentially 5 to 15 games, up to 100 games. If he plays for a whole day and cheats for a whole day, well, that's just a whole day of matches ruined for the other 15 people. And it just feels kind of sad at this point that we are fighting so much against cheaters, while someone like Fortnite, they don't have to do any of that, and it really gets me frustrated.
System to scam the system and have easier lobbies. So the true matchmaking and the true experience isn't their problem, as most of them are cheating. There's a few good eggs in the bunch, but most of them are rotten. Then on the other end of the coin, you have a shit ton of people who are cheating simply to be able to compete inside of the video game. No truer is a statement that if you can't beat them, then join them, than when we talk about Call of Duty, as it truly is a game that has been overrun by cheaters. But to claim that by the end of the beta, you had nearly 99% of the matches were cheater-free is a complete and utter fucking lie. Because you're not going to give us the actual analytical data. How many matches did you take that sample size from? Was it the final 100 matches within the beta? Was it the final match inside the beta? Because I'm not buying it. This sounds like PR bullshit.
I think the sample size was actually pretty big. It was most likely for anyone playing Black Ops 7, but the bigger problem I find is there is always going to be these undetected cheaters which are going to go under the roof. They're going to like sneak around and they're going to use and go an extra mile to cheat in video games. And this won't be stopped until Treyarch and Activision take a further step and actually deal head first. And I feel like they haven't already, because they don't feel like it affects the game that much, but they can actually see that the player base for Warzone is way down, and when you look at something like Fortnite, it's way up since launch. So Warzone never recovered from its day one peak, and this should give them a realization that something that people have been saying for 5 years, and they are trying to fight these cheaters, but it's simply not enough. So honestly, I do feel like cheating is a very big problem, and it is going to affect Black Ops 7, maybe not in the way we think, but I definitely do think that a lot of resources were being taken into account here to build an anti-cheat super fast after Battlefield 6 announced it. And I do think that a lot of things from the single player campaign that we expect from multiplayer, I'm definitely hoping we also see them in Black Ops 7. You know, Black Ops 6 was an amazing game, but can Black Ops 7 get the same hype? It's been a year. Modern Warfare 4 is releasing next year, most likely. I'm not too sure on that, but I'm definitely really excited. And, you know, that would be the real thing. Is this anti-cheat that we got right now, this safe boot stuff that nobody has asked for, is this gonna impact the game's performance and the other content in the game? And I honestly think so, yes. There's been a ton of content for Black Ops 6. Yes, there was problem with cheaters, but at least we have Black Ops 7 now. So what do you guys personally think?